water scarcity, and all these issues are interconnected, and we are addressing them all simultaneously. And in doing so, we also recognize that the climate crisis is not an environmental emergency; it is also a terrible impact on lives and livelihoods. And so we are having adequate focus on these areas. And then, of course, coming to our why we are speaking today. Now, improving lives of people is an important area for Unilever, and we have partnered with GAIN. And of course, so nutrition program, improving the health of tea workers, is an important social impact program for Unilever. So we started way back in 2015 with a pilot, and then of course we did a pilot in Assam, and then scaled up in South India. And we know that people have always been at heart of tea business, and that's why we are working on range of programs beyond Trustee and Rainforest Alliance that aim to create better lives for people in tea extended supply chain. So the program which we are partnered with GAIN is improving the health of tea workers. So as you all know, that poor diet is a long-standing issue in parts of tea industry, and we are working with GAIN and other partners to implement a healthy diet for everyone in tea communities program, and to improve the diet and hygiene of the tea workers. So it's a sectoral transformation phase where a lot of other companies also have seen value in this program, and they've joined hands. And yes, in this phase, we would certainly like to see support from your and get benefited from this program. Yeah, thank you. Over to you, Biju. Biju, can't hear you. You are on mute.
Sorry,
Biju, on mute.
sorry. Yeah. Before starting on the presentation, I'll start with a short introduction of myself. I'm Biju Musahari, basically from Assam, but currently based out of Delhi. But of course, due to pandemic, I am operating out of Kokrajhar right now. And I am the project manager for this program. And really appreciate your time. We know that you have been very busy with elections and plucking seasons currently underway. So really appreciate your time. I'll just briefly take you through a short presentation. I'll stop my video and then focus on the presentation. So just like Dalaram sir said, you know, the healthy diet or lack of knowledge of the diet is one of the key reasons for tea workers being vulnerable to nutrition. And that is why we initiated this program in partnership with Unilever and various other partners. We have had implemented this program in previous after in some of the tea estates, and now we are scaling up this program in Assam. And of course, Dibrugarh and Tinsukia, Dibrugarh and Tinsukia being one of the major growing regions, there were a lot of programs there, but Jorhat and Tezpur regions do not have much of developmental programs. So we thought of bringing this program to this region as well. And with your support, we are hopeful that we can make it a success. Just a brief on GAIN. GAIN is a Swiss-based international NGO working on improving nutrition outcomes by improving the consumption of safe and nutritious food. And within GAIN, we have this program called Workforce Nutrition Program, which we work together with businesses to improve the nutrition in the supply chain. So just like Dalaram sir mentioned, we started way back in 2015 with some pilot, and then we sort of redesigned the program in 2017 and 2020, and we implemented this program in APPL Gardens and some other partners, and Anshuji is here and he can speak a little about that as well. And now from 2020 to 2022, we are looking at scaling up this program across the tea estates in Assam. Just a brief of this program. The objective really is to improve the demand, access, and consumption of safe and nutritious foods by the tea workers' households. So the entire tea worker household is our target group. Of course, since the women is responsible for preparing food, we have a special focus on women of the household. We plan to take the program to 110 tea estates in Assam, reaching more than 110,000 workers. And this program is being implemented in 4 districts in Dibrugarh, Tinsukia, Jorhat, and Tezpur. And the timeline for implementation is from 2020 to 2022.
Biju, we can't see your slides.
Sorry?
We can't see your slides, huh?
You can't see?
No, we can't see your slides.
Let me share again. Can you see it now?
Yeah, yeah, now we can see. Yeah, thank you.
So sorry. Yeah. So the program has two major components. One, like I mentioned, to improve demand, and this is through various BCC activities to improve nutrition and hand washing practices. So we'll be doing street plays, cooking demos, and home visits. On the access side, we are trying to develop some market-based mechanisms. So we have two different models here, which is being implemented in different estates. So one is healthy food and hygiene products to healthy line shops, basically converting the small estate line shops into uh, access point for nutritious products. And EcoShare, our partner, is also present here. The second model is to make available healthy food and hygiene products to Dharma entrepreneurs. This is basically a rural women who goes door to door and sells different nutritious products, and she also undertakes various BCC programs. The other pillar, which we are trying to do on an experimental basis, only in selective estates, is to sort of leverage the existing government programs. So together with ITA, we are trying to implement the FSSAI Eat Right Tea Estates, which is basically a certification program for promoting food safety and hygiene in the tea estates. And the other component that we are trying to look at is to improve the IFA compliance amongst the pregnant women. So, but these two components are something which we would be doing only in selective estates. So our major component is the demand and access side of things. So when we say improving demand and access, we are talking about specific foods. So we're not talking about all the different types of foods. We are specifically talking about improving consumption of fortified cooking oil on one hand. The second aspect is to improve consumption of local and seasonal fruits and vegetables. The reason why we are focusing on this and not on other food items like meat and other things is because we've found that meat or other those products are already desirable food items. It's only lack of resources probably that people are not buying this. And the another important pillar is, of course, improving the hand washing practices as well. And overall, as a overlying message, we would also like to promote the concept of consuming a balanced diet, basically to include food from all different food groups. These are some of our strategic partners. Of course, Unilever is one of our largest donor, but together with Unilever, there are other global tea packers, which you can see on the screen. And also the private sector funding is matched with public sector funding, which GAIN is mobilizing. We have funding from the Dutch government supporting this initiative as well. So in terms of implementation partners, we have three major partners. One is Dharma Life, which is active in the Dibrugarh and Tinsukia region. And the other in the Tezpur and Jorhat regions, we are partnering with the Indian Tea Association or the ABITA. And of course, to promote the concept of healthy line shops, the market-based mechanism, we are tying up with EcoShare. This is just a snapshot of some of the BCC activities that we do. I'm not going to go through all of this, but essentially, just one important point here is that these activities would not be disturbing the workings of the tea estate because we sort of time our activities around holidays. So it is usually on Sundays we conduct these activities. The reason for doing that is to allow workers also to participate in the program. So we know that workers are busy from morning till evening, so there is not much time to sort of do a contact with these beneficiaries. That is why we do this program on Sunday. And just to speak a little bit about the healthy line shop concept, where EcoShare would be active and where we would be needing your support. So I'll just briefly speak through this concept. Back in 2019, GAIN and EcoShare set up a pilot to convert the existing small retail kirana stores in the tea estates into access point for nutritious products by establishing a doorstep delivery mechanism. Now we know that the small shops that are in the labor lines are pretty small, and there is no mechanism of wholesalers going and delivering them food products. Usually, these kirana stores, when they run out of the stock, they would go to the nearest biggest retailer and they would buy it, and then this is how their entire operation is run. Sorry, any questions? Anybody? Okay. So
No, Vivek, carry on, please.
yeah. So what we did is we tried to map uh, some retail shops in the, existing tea estates. Basically, not every retail shops can be converted into. So we tried to look at their size of operation, the number of regular customers that they have. So we tried to map those shops, and then we try to look at the current nutritious food products that are currently available. So we try to create a product basket that can be affordable for the tea worker households. And then the third step was to identify a central supply hub, basically a nearby town. So we tried this in Sabua area. So we identified the Chabua as one of our supply hub. And then we connected the retailers with the wholesalers from this Chabua town nearby. And then from the associate staff started the process of taking orders from all the retail shops, and then they would get the stocks from the wholesalers, and they would deliver at the retailer's doorstep. And there was a transportation cost which involved, because for the wholesalers, serving these retailers did not make any sense, because it was not a huge business margin, profit margin that they could get. So that is why the project picked up the transportation cost for this. Of course, our idea is to sort of make it a fully sustainable model, and then gradually phase out the transport subsidy as well. So there were some encouraging results which we saw. So initially we started with 30 line shops, and then the business was around 53,000 word of business, which was done in a month. Currently, we have added additional food products and other things, so we have reached around 2 lakhs business per month. Our idea is to take it to around 5 lakhs per month, so that transport subsidy can be removed entirely. Also, the changes that we have made in the model is that instead of wholesaler distributing the products directly, we have identified a demand aggregator or a redistributor. Basically, a transporter is there who takes order from various shops, and then he collects the products from different wholesalers or stockists, and then he sorts of delivers these products to the retailers, and in the process he also earns certain profit. So the model has built in the profit component for the transporter as well. We have been able to add new nutritious food products. So the concept of keeping fresh fruits or vegetables was totally absent in these shops. So they have started keeping those food products. Of course, initially they were hesitant. So the project supported the first stock of product, and then gradually they started replenishing this. We could see jump in demand and sales in the consecutive months, and that is how it encouraged us to sort of scale up. So currently we are also trying to promote additional 20 more shops in the Dibrugarh and Tinsukia region where we started the pilot. But our idea really is to sort of scale up this model with the ITA member estates in Tezpur and Jorhat regions as well, because we've seen that it's a model which is currently sort of has a potential, and it can be a really sustainable model to ensure nutritious food products are available to this population. So we would like to take this model in the new areas as well, together with the support of ITA, with your support, the tea asset management, and of course, Ecociate as our technical partner. And then in terms of progress in implementation, like I mentioned, we have planned to cover 110 tea estates in 3 phases. So in phase 1, we are targeting around 40 estates in Dibrugarh and Tinsukia. Dharmalife is the implementation partner. The implementation is ongoing in 19 estates, and then another remaining 21 estates we are currently recruiting community resource persons from within the estate. Phase 2 is which is your estate, which is in the Jorhat and Tezpur region. We have reached out to around 35 estates, and we hope that we will get confirmation from around 32 estates. And currently we are planning orientation. Of course, the first orientation is today, and we will be having similar in the next week as well. And we're planning to start the implementation activities from May onwards. Phase 3 again would be in Dibrugarh and Tinsukia region. We are planning to do it in quarter 4. Another important aspect of this program is also the baseline, because we want to sort of measure the impact of the program. What was the situation prior to the project implementation, and what has changed after the implementation in 2022. So for that, we are doing a baseline study together with IPE Global. So out of the 40 estates from phase 1 in Dibrugarh and Tinsukia, for the baseline, we selected 15 estates. And data collection has been completed there. For phase 2 also in the Dibrugarh and Tinsukia region as well, we are planning to do a baseline probably by the mid of April or end of April. We plan to do it provided we get support from all the key estates as well. So certain key aspects, I think this is the most important in terms of today's orientation. Basically, what is the next step and what do we need from the key estates? This is a fully funded program, so there is no financial implications from the key estates. But of course, we need your blessings and we need your support in terms of monitoring the program and also, provide a support on the ground. So the first support we need is to, help in identifying a community mobilizer from within the key estate. So basically, a community mobilizer would be a woman from within the tea estate who would be steering the BCC campaign, or so as to say, she is the champion of the program within the tea estate. So she is somebody who would be based in the tea estate itself. And she should be a non-worker, age 22 and above. So in the pictures itself, you can guess these are some of our community mobilizers in Dibrugarh and Tinsukia region. We are just looking at a basic qualification, somebody who can read and write in Assamese, and also somebody who can operate a smartphone. In terms of next step, what we would request is for the estate management to sort of recommend us 3 to 4 candidates, if possible within a week's time, and then staff from ITA and our project staff would interview these potential candidates, and we will select her. And these community mobilizers also would be paid honorarium, about 3,000 to 3,500 rupees per month is something which she will get. And we are looking at one community mobilizer to start with from one tea estate. And she would be engaged for 12 months, starting from the start of the project till the end. Any questions on this from the estate side? Okay. Or Sandeep ji, do you want to say anything from your ABITA program, or other sort of some ideas from there? Sandeep ji? Okay, maybe I'll just pass on, and then we can take the questions later. The other, I think, key support that we need is, like I mentioned, we are planning to do a baseline study. And what we would request from the tea estates is that this is truly internal purpose study, and the results of this study would not be published anywhere. So, and also we have non-disclosures agreement signed with IPE Global as well. So nothing to worry from that end. And it's a study which has already been done in tea estates in Dibrugarh and Tinsukia. Of course, after this call, once you sort of agree to this, we will also issue a separate email regarding requesting for permission to do the baseline study. And also, you can really look at the questionnaires and see and then decide to give us the permission. And the study will not disturb the working of the tea estate as well. So nothing to worry from that aspect. The other important work, of course, for the associate to set up the retail model, they would have to do some sort of assessment of the retail shops in the tea estate. Usually what associate does is they go and meet the estate management for a brief, 10-15 minutes, and then they would go to the lines and they would interact with the shopkeepers, try to assess their business volume, and their credit behavior and other aspects as well. If the estates could give permission for the associate team to go and visit the estates and do that assessment, that would also be really great. Like I mentioned, this would not disrupt the workings of the estate. We know, because this is important, because I think in the coming months it's going to be a peak plucking season. So we are aware of that fact, and we will respect that as well. I think this is the end of it. Any questions? I would be happy to take that and discuss that a little. Okay, great. So what I'll do is I will also mail this slide deck through Sandeepji, and then he can share this with you all. And I think usually what we do in terms of working style is usually it's the welfare officer that is assigned, and our project staffs coordinates with the welfare officers for be it with regard to selection of community mobilizer or other aspects of the program coordination. Any questions, anybody?
Yeah, just wanted to know
Yeah.
when you propose to start the engagement, like community mobilizers, we can slot it by next week,
Right.
and how they will be trained, and when the trainers will come to the state, and what is the mode of working, how what is procedure will be followed.
Right. So
Some inputs on that.
yes, thank you so much. I think that's a good question. So what would happen is once you send us the list of potential candidates, the project staff from ITA, with your permission, of course, would visit the tea estate. They will meet with the potential candidates. They will interview the candidates, and once we have selected the candidates from all the tea estates, so like I said, it's 30 estates, so probably it might take a month's time from all the tea estates to give us name. Once we have the names, and once we select them, we will organize a central training for them in a central location, probably outside the tea estate, and the transportation cost and everything will be paid by the project itself. And once they are trained, they will start implementing the project activities, starting with the home visits. So they would go. So we have this specific programs for pregnant and lactating women. We'll share more program details later on as well. And at every step of the project, we will keep the welfare officer or the asset management informed at all times, be it going to the tea estate or organizing any activities. So for instance, organizing a community activities like cooking demonstration. We usually organize this in a labor club or a school. So we would be speaking with the estate management for with regard to venue, with regard to time and everything. So this is usually conducted on Sundays, but we will take the permission of the estate management prior to all the activities.
Yeah, how many candidates would you like to screen? Because it would depend on the size of the garden. This Caledon is comprised of 3 divisions, comprising of almost 9,000 population.
Right.
So what would be your requirement of people for screening?
So for larger estates, so like I said, I wanted to keep one initially, but if you're saying it's a 9,000 population tea estate, which is quite large, we would go by your suggestion. So if you say that one person will not be enough, because to cover such a population is for a single person may not be possible. So in 3 divisions, probably we can recruit 2 people to start with. If we need additional person, we can recruit that person later on.
Population of the Caledon.
Yeah. Hello. Our spread is like for around 5,000 population, or so to say 1,000 households, we are looking at one community mobilizer. But beyond 1,000, say for its instance, if it's 1,500 or 1,600, we can have two also. That is completely fine. We would depend on your suggestion and your recommendation on that.
Acha, our medical officer has got some questions.
Yes.
Can you take it, please? Yeah, no.
Yeah, so we have got certain actually experience in dealing with all the population of this particular. I have got that bit of experience in dealing with all population of this particular estate. So, would you like me to give you some inputs? For
Definitely.
instance,
Yeah.
for instance, anemia is very prevalent among the ladies.
Right.
So that could be a valuable input for you, based on which you could plan your program.
Right. So, I think that's one side of thing. So what we do is, so some of the activities, of course, are sort of design is sort of freeze. So anemia is, of course, we know that it's a big problem, and that's why we have this IFA tablet and supplementing those with healthy diets program. And this we want to do it in few estates only, and we can take up that initiative in your estate as well. So we can do that, and we are happy to receive your inputs as well from time to time, be it in awareness sessions or any other sort of other forums. Any other questions? Okay, great. I think so. Before concluding and handing over to Babel, I would just like to sort of hand over the floor to Ansuji, who has been our great ambassador for the program and who has really helped us sort of in designing this program right from the, this was a simple program of organizing training for the workers. And then we sort of tried to create different components of behavior change, and also now added the access component and other things. And APPL has been at the forefront of supporting us in terms of giving us really excellent ground support, be it doing a baseline study or any other. I just wanted to sort of hear some feedback or impressions from Ansuji, just to share his feedback and thoughts. Over to you, Ansuji.
Right. Thank you, Biju. Thank you for your presentation also. And at the very outset, I would like to thank GAIN for actually giving us this opportunity to partner with them on the Workforce Nutrition Program, because as we all know, the world over, nutrition and good health are becoming, the in thing now. It's a big factor for development parameters as well. And, why should our workers be left behind? And now with the exposure that they too have, to the internet and to the world over, so it is something which they look forward to. And I think just one sentence, which I will say, in fact, Dr. Babel and Biju have heard this earlier with regards to the 3F project. So one sentence will actually sum up the entire feedback that we have, is that the workers want you back for the 2 estates that we've already done this program on. And I'm getting frequent phone calls from the welfare officers asking me, as to how they can, when they can begin work again, and whether we can have any more improvements to the program that is already existing. Needless to mention what Biju has already highlighted in the presentation, the cooking demos, the cooking competitions, and the various house-to-house individual programs which have been held with the workers, planting of fruit trees in various gardens, and of course the concept of the Amar Dukan, the shops, the fair price shops, which provide the fortified oils and the fortified food. And not only provide the food, it is provided at a discounted rate. And secondly, the shopkeepers don't have to go anywhere. It is delivered to them at their doorstep. So, I mean, what more can you ask for? And especially, among the women population of the estates where this pilot was done, the women are so appreciative of everything that has been taught to them. And, the nutrition ideologies which have been given to them, and the availability of the nutritious food which has been made available to them at their doorstep. They are extremely grateful. And, the awareness levels have gone up so much for them And they are so grateful that now they can at least, they know what exactly to feed the children to ensure, good health, and even in spreading the word amongst the others who have not been able to attend these programs or the competitions, people living from within the estates, and even to various family members who residing in other tea plantations. This has been like a boon for all of us, and I would wholeheartedly encourage everyone on this program to actually, adopt these facilities, because going ahead, this will help us immensely in improving the health of our workers, which, needless to mention, will help improve the productivity, which will help reduce the sickness costs and the burdens that the tea organizations or the industry overall faces. And you are more than welcome to reach out to any one of us at APPL, or even, on the 7 APPL estates in Upper Assam where this program is ongoing, and even the estates where the project has been implemented already, the pilot project. You can reach out to us anytime for any clarifications that you want. Although, Biju and the GAIN team are also equally approachable at any point of time. I have even, troubled Biju in the middle of the night at times to ask for certain clarifications and for certain data, which he has readily provided. Thank you so much for your cooperation. And we at APPL really look forward to, trying and getting more and more estates to come into this program. In fact, and thank you very much for allowing us to extend this program to the 3 MISA estates, where initially there was apprehension, regarding that it will interfere with the working hours and everything. But thankfully, I have managed to convince the top table that there will be no such, interventions, and there will be no disturbance of any work that happens on the tea plantation. And the only intervention that will be required will be from the welfare officer, who will basically act as a facilitator. The rest of, the GAIN team is very well aware of what exactly needs to be done. They're very competent, and they have the experience now, so there will be no interference amongst the work schedule in any way. And seeing the benefits, the long-term benefits of this program, I would encourage everybody to, sign up and take this forward. So Biju and Dr. Babel, Mr. Ghosh, Mr. Gulia, from APPL, I would like to assure you that there will be, 100, or in fact, even 110% cooperation to this wonderful initiative, and we look forward.
Meeting of the leader.
Dr. Das, can you please mute yourself? Can you mute yourself, please?
Biju,
Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, so we really look forward to it, and we would also appreciate if you could give us the opportunity to add more and more estates into this program, for which it will be, we'll be very grateful. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. That's all from my side.
Thank you, Anshuji, for such wonderful words. I think the feeling has been mutual. We've greatly benefited from your support. You have been at the forefront of everything, of really getting estates aligned and supporting us. So really thank you for all of those supports.
No, it's always a pleasure. And sorry to add, just to answer Dr. Sengupta's query also regarding, the problems that are faced at the tea estates. Again, in 2018, had also, taken the help of an institution known as New Foresight, which is a Dutch-based organization, to actually conduct an in-depth survey within the tea plantation to find out what exactly are the needs of the people, and what exactly are their problems and the issues. So thereafter, the program has been further modified and developed to include all the issues that are actually faced at the tea plantation. So it's a very professionally done program. So rest assured, and anytime, since you are the people at the grassroots level, your inputs are welcome at any time. You can directly send them to me, or you can directly send them to Biju also, and we would be very grateful for your inputs. Thank you. Thank you for I'm sorry for the interruption.
Thank you, Anshuji. Yeah. So before we close, I hand over to Babel for her final thoughts and comments, and also to Sandeep.
Yeah, thank you very much. And for me, it's a big pleasure, because I started with Dalaramji in Tamil Nadu. And now coming to, and we always dreamed to go to Assam and not only to Tinsukia and to Dibrugarh, like all the programs go. So we always wanted to go deeper and to reach more estates and with and not only sticking to the normal ones that are always in the basket of interventions. So therefore, we are so happy that we are with you and going down, coming to your locations. And what I learned is always, we started the program with the most important crop is your family. In fact, the family of the tea workers. And without the family of the tea workers, your nothing in the end will flourish in your tea estates. And this program is really touching the family, and not only the crop, but the family of the of your workers. And it really, when I came to the tea estates and got the feedback, and I came a couple of times, and we spoke to so many beneficiaries and also the community mobilizers. They all told the story of engaging, and really they could change their behavior in order to benefit their families. And that was really heart touching for me. And you could see, like Antuji told already, the impact. And what we learned also with 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 our collaboration with EcoSociate, that we have a sustainable model, that we do not depend when we are leaving. The shops are the retail shops are in the place that they can continue, and not that a program is leaving and then you then you have a kind of empty space. So this is prevented. And from my side, also from our side, we would like to say in this year, 2021, is a big year of nutrition. So we have two major summits in the world. That is a UN Food System Summit in New York. And there's another Nutrition for Go Summit in at the end of the year. So, and because this program is a global program with a sectoral reach, together with also with the ETP support. So it's the front runner that will be also that has so much potential. And we are starting next week. We are starting next month with in Tinsukia and Dibrugarh with the filming of the program together with in the first phase. So we really want to also tell the story and the story of the TS of your TS states to the world, and to show what amazing work you are doing and how much you are caring for your communities. So I'm very grateful that you participate, and from our side we are very open. We would like to get your input. We would like to get your feedback. We would like to learn together with you, and we are absolutely committed to make this a success. Thank you.
Sandeep ji, we can't hear you again.
We can't hear you, Sandeep.
It's a warming up session.
You are telling beautiful words. Can't hear you.
We can't hear you, Sandeep.
No. We can't.
He's trying to log in with the phone probably.
Yeah.
Anybody wants to have any comment or any feedback is welcome. Lalsaji, I can see. I could not. Probably your tea estate is not placed in the screen. Which tea estate are you from?
I'm from sir.
Sorry, sir.
Sagmutia.
Sagmutia. Okay.
And Dr. Das is from Nanoi.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes, Sandeep, we can hear you now.
Yeah, you can hear me now.
Yes.
Yeah. So I've got a very unreliable laptop, so it keeps on switching off. Yeah. So I think that the message of extremely important, and this is a project where we are propagating the nutrition components, and Dr. Babal and Biju and everybody and Anshu has very clearly mentioned. Now we just need to put our actions on zone 3 And we have also got confirmations from zone 2. So we
lost you again.
coordinate
Sandeep ji, we keep on losing you. Can you try speaking again? No, we can't hear. We can hear you.
Until you.
Can't hear you, sir.
Hello, hello,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now we can hear you.
hello. Yeah.
Yes.
Meanwhile, if you could ask Pradeep Phokan, Pradeep, yeah. Yeah, Pradeep, if you can. Hello.
Yes, Sandeep ji, you're saying something.
Yeah, I think Pradeep Phokan can react what is, because that is Dhansari TA state is one of the biggest, and they've got 3 confirmations from their group, but they could not join up because of other meetings. Yeah, Pradeep, if you can talk to this program. I think there are serious connectivity issues. I think we can, Biju, you can circulate the presentation.
Sure.
And we can get the feedbacks from the gardens individually. I think that would be better.
Right. We've got it, Sandeep ji. I think what we'll do is I'll circulate this slide decks and along with the next steps, explaining the next steps as well. And
Fair enough. I think that so that would be the. I think that is the way forward. So the first meeting. First meeting had positivity shown in the concept, and which is important. Yeah. I think again it's a connectivity issue. Yeah, Bikash, could you?
Hello.
yes, Bikash ji, go ahead. We can hear you clear.
Yeah, in fact, this is the first time attending this meeting.
Yeah.
So it was nice to hear everyone, but we'll definitely look forward to the similar thing being implemented on our estates. I'm sure the workers would appreciate it, and I look forward towards it.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. So what I'll do is we'll send you the slide deck explaining the next steps, and then we will follow up over email and phones, I think individually with gardens. And once again, I thank everyone for joining in spite of your busy schedule. Thank you, everyone, and have a really productive day ahead. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah, and
Take
do more
care.
good elections. I wish you
Thank
good
you.
elections and a good progress.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, and all the
Bye-bye.
best.
Okay.
Take
Bye.
care.
Bye.
Thank you. Namaste.